Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin, and today I decided to do a video that I feel like I haven't really done before. I might have done one a really long time ago, but I thought since it's fall and I'm pretty sure tomorrow's the first day of October, am I right?
Oh my god, tomorrow's the first day of October.
I thought I'd show you guys the palettes that I think I will be reaching for the most in fall. Or at least in the colder seasons. I'm not really sure. I'm not someone who sticks to traditional color combinations for seasons. I don't think like pastels are necessarily only for spring or dark colors are only for fall and winter. I'm just not really that kind of person. I don't like to follow that kind of rule. But I do feel like these scream fall, at least in my opinion, and these are all going to be indie makeup brands that I'm talking about, which I am so excited about because, as you guys know, I have been super into the indie makeup world, and that's where my heart is lying right now. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys only indie palettes for this video. So let me know what you guys think. If I don't mention your favorite fall palette, please let me know in the comments down below. Let's start off with the palette that I'm currently wearing on my eyes. I did an eyeshadow look with this one, and that is Moonspell by Lunar Beauty. And I feel like you guys can figure it out for yourself why this one screams fall to me. One, it screams Halloween. Look at the packaging. Manny killed this packaging. Oh my god, he just freaking killed it. It is beautiful. But the colors are extremely fall. I feel like they scream Halloween really well. I mean, this palette is centered around witches. You have the Sanderson sisters in here. You have Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. You have Marnie from Halloween Town. Hermione from Harry Potter. I mean, this is just a palette full of witches, which I think is so freaking cool. And I don't know, it's just really awesome. I love the packaging. I love the theme. It screams fall and especially Halloween to me. I love this so much. So I just feel like this is a perfect palette for fall. I feel like the colors are very dark and vampy, but also very light and almost airy-like. I don't know, I really like the combination of colors. It makes me feel like Halloween and fall, and I really, really like that. So this is on my list of fall palettes. Next, we have a palette that I think is one of my favorites of all time. I think this is in my top, I don't know if it's in my top 5, but it's definitely in my top 10. This palette is fantastic and is the Arcana palette from Shroud Cosmetics. This palette is my grungy, dirty, dingy dream. Oh my god, I love this palette so freaking much. Shroud's formula is unbelievable. These shimmers pack such a punch. Oh my god, such a punch. And the mattes are so blendable and creamy. I love all the formulas I'm about to talk about. I wouldn't include them if I didn't like the formula. But Shroud, I don't know. There is something about Shroud's formula that is mind-boggling. Chalice, this gold yellow shimmer, when I first applied that, holy guacamole, is it the most beautiful shimmer ever? I don't know if I can say that, but oh my god. And then Alchemy up here, that green, that is, oh my god, they had the best color selection in this palette. It is a grungy, dingy dream, and it is right up my alley. It is so beautiful. I love this palette so much, if you can't tell. I love this palette all year round. I would use this constantly all year round. I don't really care. But I think specifically for fall and probably winter, this would be a great color selection for those of you who like to stick to, you know, color rules, if you will. Next, we have another palette that I would consider one of my favorites of all time. It's just such a good palette that I reached for a lot. Even when I was done testing it out, I felt like I was gravitating towards it quite a bit because of the color story, and that is Nabla's Secret palette. One, the packaging is stunning. Oh my god, so beautiful. But this color selection is so beautiful. Oh my god. Again, we have that nice gold, we have some dark greens, we have this lovely, it's like a purpley blue color. I love this shade. But you also have some neutral tones. So I feel like for people who like to stick a little bit more neutral and aren't super bright and loud in your face, this might be a great palette for you to stay in the fall kind of wintry theme, but you know, you're not going to be so dramatic. I know some of you don't love wearing color all the time, which hurts me to my deepest soul because I am a color girl. I feel like this palette is a nice mixture of neutrals and those pops that would make it go from very neutral to a little more vampy, which I think is why it is one of the most beautiful fall palettes you could have. As you can see, I'm not going for stereotypical fall colors necessarily. I'm going for a vibe, if you will. I'm going for what makes me feel like fall, if that makes sense. So yes, I think this palette is fantastic. I think it's great for the fall, winter time. I think it's great all year round. I think all of these are great all year round, as you can tell, but I do think this would be a great fall palette for you neutral, but also want to wear color lovers out there. Next is a palette that is definitely more on the brighter side of the spectrum, and that is the Sugarpill Capsule Collection Orange Edition. Now, the pink edition is very bright, kind of pastel-y, cotton candy dream, if you will. And the orange is a little bit more dark, grungy, but also we have this bright yellow, we have this like chartreuse green, we have this dark, beautiful blue, but then you also have, you know, this chocolatey color, you have this nice burgundy color, and then you have some lighter shimmers over here. I think this is a great palette for people who love color but want to make it a little bit more dark, vampy, and a little bit more on trend with fall. I mean, at least I think that. I mean, these opinions are probably not everyone's opinion, but I personally think this is a great fall palette. You can have these nice pops with the chartreuse, with this blue, with this yellow, but you can also keep it very dark, very light, but you know, you can smoke things out if you want, and I like that. I think this is a beautiful palette. I love the Sugarpill Capsule Collection. It's so good. I hope they make more palettes because these are fantastic, but I really think the orange screams fall for me. I don't know how I couldn't include this palette in this video because it is just is magnificent. It is beautiful. It is delicious. It is maybe one of my favorites. I mean, a lot of these are kind of my favorite palettes. That's kind of why I'm putting them in this video. But this palette I've used so many times, and every time I pick it up, I'm still as obsessed as I was the first time I tried it. And that is the Ace Beauté Flare palette. So many people love this palette for such good reasons. Now, I feel like this palette is definitely more the stereotypical fall colors. You have the oranges, you have the brown, you have the some foresty greens, some deep blues, a yellow, some purpley reddy tones up here. So I feel like this screams fall. This is what I think of when I think of fall. These colors all together, this is like fall color palette to me. But they work so well together, even though some of the colors are so very different. The amount of looks I have created with this palette is insane. I feel like I'm never stumped when I look at this palette. It's just, it's so good. And the bottom row is for sure my favorite. We know I love a green blue moment, but the entire palette's fantastic. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It screams fall. It is fall. It's probably the #1 fall palette if I had to pick out of these which screams fall, except for maybe Moonspell. I feel like that one's very Halloween fall, but this one's more like traditional fall, if that makes sense. So yes, of course the Ace Beauté Flare palette had to be in this. It is a great palette. It's a great brand. Beautiful colors. Perfect for this time of year. Next, we have two palettes that kind of go hand in hand. They're slightly different from each other, but I also feel like they have the same kind of feeling about each of them. So that is the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette and the Menagerie Cosmetics Whale Song palette. So these are very different, but also very similar if you ask me. You might be asking, Erin, what do you mean fall? These are like oceanic colors, ocean colors, blues, greens. You're right, but this palette is so dingy, dirty, dark, grimy. That sounds like I'm saying bad things. I'm not. This is good. This is what I like. It is so dingy and dirty with those little hints of vibrant colors that I feel like this is the perfect blue-green palette for fall. I do. I think so, because I think those dingy, dirty colors are immaculate during fall. Immaculate. They're beautiful, stunning, wonderful. Now, I feel like the Whale Song palette is similar because they do have those grungy, dirty tones. There is some brighter colors like here with a Dive, this color right here, Fluke right here. Overall, both of these palettes have that dirty, dingy, grimy, grungy, I don't know what I'm saying, okay? They have that grungy feeling, which I feel like is perfect for fall. So if you're someone who loves blues and greens like me, those are my favorite colors to use. So if you're someone who likes blues and greens, but you want to make it a little bit more fall appropriate, a little bit darker and less bright and pastel or bright and like vibrant and neon, I say these two palettes would give you that fall feeling but still have those blue, green, bold kind of looks. I know it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. If you know what I'm saying, you understand me, because as someone who loves color, I don't want to use warm tones all season. I don't want to use the reds and the browns and the yellows. I mean, sure, that's great, but there is something about blues and greens, and I just feel like if you make them dirty and dingy, like from this palette, it just works. It just works. It just works. It works. Okay? Speaking of grungy and dingy, we all know those are some of my favorite kind of flavors, if you will. The next and the last palette that I'm going to be talking about is Juicy Olive by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I am pretty sure this is the best green palette I have ever tried. It is my kind of green palette. When I first laid eyes on this palette, I knew I had to have it. I knew I needed it. I knew I was going to be obsessed with it, and I was right, because this palette is a olivey, grungy, green, army, khaki, you know, that kind of feeling. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god. That color right here. Oh my god, so beautiful. This one, look at that olivey color. Oh my god. Look at how dingy it is. I know I keep saying dingy. Count how many times I say dingy. Take a shot if you're over 21. That is what these palettes are. This is why they are my favorite fall palettes. Tell me this doesn't scream fall. Come on. You can't tell me it doesn't, because it does. And if you do tell me it doesn't, I will not believe you, because I don't believe you. Look at it. Look at it. Tell me it isn't beautiful and grungy and gorgeous. And to me, that is what screams fall. Yes, you have the bright yellows and reds and browns, like I said. Those are beautiful, but I don't want to use those all season long. I just don't. Here and there, sure. Does it scream fall? Yes. But I feel like these palettes are all a little bit different, and you can still have a fall vibe, but do it in a different sort of way that makes it a little bit unique and a little bit more fun and a little bit more colorful, which is what my whole thing is about. I'm a color lover. I love using color. I don't really stick to neutrals. Sometimes I'll do a neutral look, very rarely, because I think they're boring. So if you expected these palettes to not be colorful, you haven't been watching my channel, have you? Seriously though, I love all these palettes. I love the formulas. I love the pigmentation. I love everything about these palettes. And I love that they are probably what I'm going to be reaching for the most during fall. I have some palettes that I am going to be getting soon, hopefully. Some of them I already have purchased, but one of them I'm about to purchase, so let's hope I get it, that could probably also be added to this pile. But since I do not have them in my possession, I'm not including them because that would be cheating, because I haven't tried them out. I don't know the formula. You know what I'm talking about. But these are the palettes that are by indie brands that I have tried, that I have fallen in love with, even if it was immediately. And I know that I will get good use out of them in the coming months. Let me know what your favorite fall palette is. It can be a very iconic fall palette, or it can be something totally off the radar and totally not what other people expect. If it is, bonus points to you, because I like things that are different. It's fun, and I like doing things a little bit different on my channel. So please let me know what your favorite fall palette is. Let me know if I included your favorite fall palette. And let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, like perfect fall, blank, perfect makeup for blank season, yada yada yada, that kind of thing. If you want to see more of these, let me know. And give me a thumbs up. It lets me know what kind of content you enjoy from me. That way I can keep providing you with that kind of content. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We can become friends and talk about makeup, horror, books, movies, all kinds of things. I do a lot on this channel, so hopefully there's something for everyone. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and I will see you on Friday for a book review Friday. Bye!